Okay,
Hi everyone.
welcome back to the next session featuring Eshki, our deck in focus. Last session against Kellen was quite interesting. Definitely check that out. Next up, a members deck from Nemanja.
Nemanja, yeah. I love these types of piles. It kind of goes in the Gitrog x Azusa direction, where you have a green pile with lands that can kind of develop its game plan and eventually maybe assemble a combo with several different pieces it has kind of overall. It can stumble, it's not that unlikely that it stumbles, and there's a couple of pieces that are pretty fragile. Some things like Sylvan Safekeeper doesn't always survive, or Lotus Cobra might be needed for a combo loop and then it doesn't survive and then you are kind of off that plan. But if you get to resolve Lumra for 6, you probably have 6 lands on the field, and maybe you have 3 lands on the graveyard, and then you have a 9/9 Vigilance Reach creature. And a bunch more lands that probably let you cast Lumra again if she dies. So kind of the backup plan is maybe better than, or the backup plan in the command zone is maybe a bit better than the backup plan that Azusa has. Azusa is probably more consistent in getting to Primetime or Emrakul or casting the Eldrazi's and stuff like that.
But the deck is definitely much more dependent on what's happening in the 99 and how you can assemble the 99 in comparison to, as you just said, this is much more commander-centric in comparison to as well.
Definitely. So I'm looking forward to piloting this. As I said before, I love these types of decks, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm curious too. Let's see who starts.
Yeah, I have given up at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, well... Okay,
you will start.
I get to start. Maybe
whenever you're like, I've given up, then it works out. We will resolve mulligans and get back.
Okay.
Alrighty.
We've both kept 7. I have a cool hand.
Me too.
Maybe I'll get to play it out. I'll start with a forest and pass the turn.
A wonderful Japanese forest.
Yes.
I will start with a delighted halfling, passing a turn.
It's a good card.
I think so too.
We'll draw. I'll play a Castle Garenbrig and follow it up with a Lotus Cobra.
Oh.
Beautiful Lotus Cobra from Zendikar.
Yes.
And pass the turn.
Should I start with Zendikar again? Oh, yeah. I will take.
Take 1. No blocks.
No blocks. Who would have thought? Continued by a Finton Elf. Pass turn.
Okay, no bolting the bird.
No, unfortunately not.
Fortunately for me.
Yeah.
I will keep us going with a Riveteer's Overlook. Make 2 mana with it, and with a 3rd mana, I'll play a Crucible.
Oh, that's powerful.
So I gain 1 life and get a forest in play, and then it's your turn.
Draw a card. I will fetch. I found a forest. I will continue with Eshki and Urza's Bauble.
Okay.
I finally get to resolve my trigger.
We get to see a trigger, yeah.
Starting combat. Put 2 counters on that, and I draw cards.
Yeah.
Amazing. Then I would like to attack with the Fintorn Elves.
Okay, I will take 1.
Great. You gained 1 life from that one, exactly. Then it's your turn, I guess.
Okay. I'll draw, and then I think we get to see the first Lumra cast. So I'll play my land, that being the Overlook. Trigger, make a green mana. Forest comes into play tapped, make a green mana. And then cast Lumra with the Castle Garenbrig for creature. So we'll see if I can block your probably 8/8 Eshki coming into play.
Not so sure yet. We will see.
6.
Yep.
Lumra. So, mill 4 cards. Only 1 land. Burgeoning, Safekeeper, and...
You return all the lands, right? So,
I return all the lands. So I get in total 2 life this turn. This goes again And then I have another forest
Mm-hmm.
and 3 mana floating.
Yes.
I'm just going to check. Yeah, and with the 3 mana floating, actually, I will cast a Dryad's Revival to get the Safekeeper back in my hand.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good, yeah.
Yeah, then I'll pass the turn.
I would like to crack the bauble.
So, did I get my forest? I got 1, 2.
I think you did, yeah. That was the forest, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I see a random card, if I may, from your hand.
Yeah, we can roll the dice because you know one of them. So we'll go 1 to 5.
But I could also go for that, right?
Yeah, if you see if you roll a 1,
Yeah.
then
This one, what is it?
an Aftermath Analyst.
Oh, this is dangerous, guys. This is a combination in hand that's already, especially with the Lotus Cobra in addition. Okay, we'll see. So I have to get Lumra off the board here if possible. I will draw for the bauble, draw for turn. Then, let's see. Let's start by casting a Grizzly.
Mm-hmm.
Not the worst here. I will continue with a land, put a counter on Eshki.
Okay.
And I also have, do I do it like this? Yeah, I have to do it like this. Maybe I should have tapped it differently. I have a Fable.
Okay.
So there's my creature and my non-creature spell.
True.
I create a shaman that's not a shaman. It's a rebel, but it doesn't matter. Then I go for combat.
Yep.
Have a trigger. Goes up to 5. I draw a card. And then I would like to attack for 10, for 8, and 9 actually.
For 9. I think... Has Trample...
Yes, it does.
You have 1 colorless mana or 1 for legendary creatures. You've played your land, right? Yeah, you played the Hinterland Harbor.
Yeah.
So, I think I'll block with Lumra.
Mm-hmm.
And take it to the command zone.
Mm-hmm.
So, not 1, yeah.
6. So you can
take 3.
3, yep.
Yeah, 6. 3.
And then it's your turn.
Okay. This will likely be a little bit of a larger turn. So, trigger, Saga.
Yep.
That resolves. Then, I will play my land for turn. That'll be a Dust Bowl, add 1 green mana.
Mm-hmm.
With the green mana, I'll cast a Safekeeper.
Yes, I thought so.
Actually, I will, with the green mana, I will tap 4, float 6.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then cast this off of...
Still floating. Yeah. Cast the Safekeeper.
Then you can cast your commander. Oh,
Then
Titania.
I can cast a Titania.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
That will return the Overlook.
Mm-hmm.
And the Overlook will go right away. So I have a 5/3. Can you...
Yeah, I can search for it. You have 1 mana floating for the Lotus Cobra.
I have 2 mana floating from the Lotus Cobra.
Correct, 2 mana floating. That's the first time the Niels Hum signature comes in.
Miscount? I've played a land. I did miscount, I think. Yeah, that's a problem. Because it costs 6 and I only have 5. I should have done that differently. I think that's fine. It's fine. I will play the Aftermath Analyst with this. I'll finish shuffling and then I'll...
You can only use it for creatures or also for abilities? I'm not sure anymore. Only creatures, yeah?
To cast creature spells or activate the abilities of creatures.
So you can also make use of this if you...
Yes, but I have no more mana.
Because of the Titania. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I thought I had enough mana to play and crack the Aftermath Analyst after that, which would have made this turn much bigger.
Yeah.
But that is not the case. I'll mill 3. There's a Crumbling Vestige, which wouldn't have changed anything. Oh, wait. No, it intercepts. No, it wouldn't have changed anything. So I will pass the turn.
Okay. Interesting. At first it sounded like I would not survive that.
I would have made a lot of 5/3s, and then with the Aftermath Analyst and the lands coming back into play, cast Lumra again.
Yeah.
So, and had a lot more mana after that as well. So.
Have a trigger for the Fable. I will discard 2 of my lands. Drawing 2 cards here. That's interesting. Is it better than that? Probably not. So end of turn you can theoretically make
a lot of creatures. Yeah.
Yeah. I will start by playing a land, have a trigger.
Okay.
For Brizzly. Yeah, I think I will just go a bit Rambo here. Because, it's fun and you don't always get the chance to do that. I have a Broadside Bombardiers.
Oh. Okay.
The combination of Titania and Sylvan Safekeeper. Good old days.
Yes.
We know it's difficult to beat. I would have to have a board wipe here. Unfortunately, my deck doesn't feature any Anger of the Gods or alike. So I think I will just go for combat with these 3. I have a trigger for the Shaman. Producing a treasure token if I find it.
I think I will first off make a Saga token.
Yes.
Which is 2/2.
I mean,
then I'd like to give the Safekeeper Shroud.
Yeah.
Get another. Did you put the? You have.
Yeah, I have 2, but I mean, like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Then I'd like to give Lotus Cobra Shroud. And Titania Shroud.
So this is 12 in defense, right? So there would still be
1 left if you don't activate.
They would actually trade?
They would trade, yeah, and these would...
This
does not have Shroud yet. The other...
Yeah. I'm just thinking about whether or not I should... Yeah, I mean, I would sacrifice a Dork to deal 3 damage to you.
Yep.
With the Boast ability. And then I will activate Brizzly as you predicted.
Yep.
And then damage happens.
So 12 toughness, 20 power. I take 4 damage here.
Yes.
These trade. You have 1 blocker.
Yep.
These trade and 19 life. So if I just make 4 tokens.
I mean, you can make 5, so I'm still dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it? Okay, and on this card... No. It was my bad here. I miscounted. I thought you had like 4 lands, but...
No.
So we could have conceded earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice. Good first round. Unfortunately, I drew 6 lands in a row.
Yeah.
My head was like only dog, land with a small one. Cool.
Okay.
We have a couple of more lands.
Yeah.
Well, happens sometimes.
Keeping a 1-lander and then only lands coming is not great.
Yeah, that's true. All right, next, I'll head over to game 2.
Okay,
All right,
we are back.
to game 2.
Game 1 went to me.
Yes.
So I am on the draw this time.
I will start with a 7, you start with a 6.
I start with a 6. It's a bit of a sketchy hand, but...
I will fetch for a tropical island, cast a Llanowar Elves.
Dorks without fail.
This is one of the few situations where you want to cast your bauble early.
Okay.
Because of the way my hand is designed.
So my wasteland in hand is looking pretty good right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all right. Go ahead.
My turn?
Yes.
I'll draw. I'll play a forest, play an exploration, and a Dryad Arbor.
Oh, Dryad Arbor. I would like to correct the bauble.
Okay.
Roll a dice for the second one.
Forest.
Ooh, crazy. Then I draw a card for the bauble, and I draw a card for turn. I will fetch for a mountain and cast a Temur Battle Crier.
Okay.
That's a new cool feature from the Dragonstorm set. So currently, during my turn, spells that I cast cost 1 less because I have 1 creature with power 4. Last turn.
Alright, I'll untap. I'll draw. Then I'll play a land. And another one. Gain a life, put a forest into play, pass the turn.
Oops.
Sorry.
Yeet. Draw a card. Yeah, this is one of the situations where the Triome is a bit
unfortunate.
bad. I mean, I can still cast my commander, but yeah, it's a bit underwhelming. Question is, do I want to do that? Usually, I mean, probably not. I will just attack for 4.
Okay, I'll cast an Endurance.
Before blocks.
I'll enters and I'll tuck your graveyard.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's even worse, but I will pyrokinesis the endurance.
Okay.
And now I don't get the trigger. That's
I take 4.
a bit sad, but yeah. You can go.
Tap. Draw. This card is not great right now. I think what I have to do is cast an Archdruid's Charm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a Guildless Commons, bounce a land, replay it.
Yep.
And pass the turn.
All right. Draw for turn. Go for combat?
Yep. No blocks. Take 8, go to 9.
For 4, a Green Sun's Zenith.
Yeah. For 4?
Yep. I've reduced 2 times.
Ah. True.
Yeah, the card is quite good.
Yeah, yeah.
So here I have an opportunity to venture into the dungeon before Samuel brings down Glacial Chasm or alike. Probably search myself a forest as a land for turn.
Did you not play the Shifting Woodland for turn?
True. Sorry. True. Yeah, I did. Then there's nothing else I can do, and I pass the turn.
I'll untap. I'll draw. That was a card that I wanted to see, which will let me cast an All is Dust.
I have a stubborn denial.
Well, then I'm dead.
You are, yes.
Yeah.
All right, game 3.
Game 3.
All right.
Okay, I've kept 6
Yes.
on the play this time.
Back to the third one. Samuel was a bit unlucky.
Mulligans have been a bit unfortunate. 51 lands in the deck.
And you only see 2 in the starting hand.
Yeah, one in the starting hand twice now, so yeah. Difficult, but we'll make it through. And I think the first start at that will be playing a forest and casting a Utopia Sprawl.
Nice.
Then it's your turn.
I will fetch for a tiger.
Yeah.
And
Utopia
we'll do the same.
well. Yeah.
Yes.
So my one will name green.
My one will name blue.
Okay.
So with 1 land, I can go for all the colors. Pass turn.
Okay, I'll untap. I'll draw. So I will keep going with a Lotus Cobra,
Ah, the Cobra again, yep.
a Maze of Ith, and an Elvish Reclaimer.
Okay.
And then it's your turn.
That's not the worst combination, right?
It's okay.
2 cards in hand. I mean, yeah.
It depends what my follow-up is. We'll see what that will be.
The green Sansini for 2.
Yeah.
And it will find me a Morlock that's going to fight the Elvish
Yep.
Claimer. Pass the turn.
That's exiled.
Yeah.
Okay, I will draw for turn. That's an okay draw. Play a land. Play a Fierce Empath.
Okay. Interesting.
And I think the Fierce Empath, I don't know how many targets there are, but there's definitely one, which is a good one. And I think that will be my go-to.
Probably starts with Prime and ends with Evil Titan.
Yeah,
Yeah?
ends with time. 6 or more, right?
Correct.
I cannot get Titania. I can either get... Ooh. No, that doesn't work. Unlucky. I could get a Woodland Bellower. But it's a Primeval type.
I think so too, yeah. All right.
Yep. Your turn.
It's my turn.
No attacks.
All right. Draw cards. That's not bad, I would say. Cast an... Or play an island, actually. I think I will Eldritch my Morlock into something better, which will most likely be...
That doesn't work. You have to tap like this.
Oh, because it produces blue, right? Yeah. Then I have to play a different land. Oh, sorry, mate. Come on. Then I have to play the Mana Confluence instead.
Okay.
I was going to search for Caves of the Caves Adventurer. Venturing into the dungeon. Searching myself probably a mountain, and then I'm going to Chain Lightning the Cobra.
Yep. That's the way it goes.
Then I pass the turn.
Okay, I will untap. I will draw. Man, that hurts so much. That hurts so much. Yeah, I'll play a land, pass the turn.
Well timed, the Chain Lightning. Okay. But still, I mean, you're not...
Well,
I've lost, basically. There's very little that can get me back into this game, but we'll see.
Search for the Undercity, actually. There we go. Okay, so you have a Maze of If in play, but still I will
I do.
take the left side. That is interesting. This card unfortunately does not do that much anymore. But it's unlucky. I will gain a damage, cast my commander, and deal 3 to you.
Okay.
Then beginning of combat.
Yep.
I have a trigger.
Yep.
Draw a card. Attack for 7, trigger.
Yeah.
Cannot cast the halfling.
Yeah, I'll maze
Yeah.
the adventurer. Actually, will I? Sorry. Will I maze the adventurer? If I go like this, I have to draw. That doesn't change anything. Yeah, I will maze the adventurer.
Yeah. All right. Then you can proceed.
I will cast an endurance.
End of turn.
Yeah.
Tuck my graveyard, I assume.
Yes.
All right.
Untap.
Yep.
Draw. Yeah, this game's lost.
One card I know is the Primeval 10, right?
Yes. Cast the Oblivion Stone.
Ooh, okay.
And pass the turn.
Uptick, you lose 5 life.
Yep, I'm at 12.
Then I draw a card. For 2, I would like to cast a Snap.
Yep.
Untap those 2.
Why do you not make a mana with it?
What do you mean? With this one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, float an extra mana.
Yeah, I floated an extra mana. Right. Forgot about that. With the extra mana, I cast Edric.
Yeah.
Go for combat.
Yep.
Trigger. Attack. Trigger. Yeah, still.
Yeah.
The Ketria Triome, I played a land already, so this is exiled.
So this one has 8 power, this one has 7 power, so I will maze the one with the 8 power and take 7. I'm at 5.
Then I have a trigger and draw a card from Edric.
Yep.
Okay, well, not in a spot to complain. Cast a Keen-Eyed Curator.
Yeah.
Pass the turn.
Yep, that's game.
GG?
GG.
GG. Okay, unfortunate on your side.
Yeah, the deck has a lot of potential. You always have these kinds of draws where you are looking for 1 or 2 more mana in specific spots and it doesn't come and then
Yeah.
you lose the game, right? Yeah.
That's the downside of having a 6 mana command zone. Like when you're in a situation like where you constantly find lands, you don't have any crucible interaction or something,
Yeah.
you know, to keep up the loop.
Yeah.
Eventually get there. I mean, once you get down Primeval Titan and go for the Glacial Chasm, you have lot of time to stabilize the board.
Yeah, and the people, I think Glacial Chasm is one of those cards that, you know, the people that play against it seem to think it's incredibly broken all the time.
Which is true most of the time.
Which is most of the time that you do lose to it. That's true. But it doesn't put you, if you are in a winning spot and then you have a Glacial Chasm, or if you're in a good position and then you have a Glacial Chasm, that's good. But, for example, in this game, I had a tutor, I had 2 tutors for Glacial Chasm. Well, no. I had a crop rotation in the beginning hand as well, but that was just, and the Reclaimer died right away, but crop rotation, but I never would have been able to tutor for Glacial Chasm.
Yeah, true.
This game, I would have lost either way.
Yeah, I mean, because you lose the land. This is like
because you lose a land.
Yeah. And Clash of Chasm, for example, is a dynamic that is much better utilized in Azusa because, like, you can come. I think so.
Azusa itself isn't the card that makes Glacial Chasm strong. It's being able to play lands from the graveyard and being able to play more lands from the graveyard. That's
the thing. Yeah, that's the thing.
But that's, I don't think that's usually the kind of the point, because this deck also is basically always able to just deploy all the lands it has in hand, whether it's an exploration or whether it's an arboreal grazer, or you're just hitting land drops and kind of playing through that. There are plenty of cards in this deck that let you put lands into play.
Yeah.
And when casting Lumra, you can let Glacial Chasm die for a round, get it back with Lumra. So that's kind of in the command zone. You already have a loop for that, which circumvents both Crucible and having Azusa and Crucible in play. It's just about, you know, the opening hands having enough lands, being able to get those out onto the battlefield quickly. And, you know, when that happens when you mulligan, I kept 3 lands there and didn't find more by the time that I needed them, and, you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks again to our member for submitting this deck.
Yes, I love this. I love the list. I think it's the way that looking at it from the kind of Azusa experience and kind of having, I actually theory crafted when Lumra came out. I thought about playing this type of deck, and I think that there were definitely a couple of cards that I missed, and there's probably a couple of includes that maybe I'm not too fond of, something like this, which then again, this is a good removal for cards like Druneth and stuff like that to have access to those, and having at least one of those in the deck is probably good. But yeah, I really like the list. Great job kind of working it out and playing it through and testing it, and yeah, sorry we couldn't show off the combo, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, guys, and see you in the next one.
See you next time.